got our ass kicked, plain and simple. You know, you want to write that and quote that, that's all you can say. You know, they outplayed us in every phase of the game. You know, and even when we got it close, it went from 7 right back to 15 to 18. So, you know, there's no excuses. They outplayed us in every phase of the game. They out-hustled us. They came up with big plays. They made shots. You know, they made good passes. They did everything that we didn't do. It's that simple. So, you know, I can stand up and make it sound great, but there's nothing to make it sound great, you know. We didn't do a very good job. We weren't ready to play, and we didn't play with a whole lot of energy and passion. And when we don't do that, we're not very good. We become a very, very, very average team.
How disappointing is that?
It's very disappointing, especially when you look at the playoff race. You know, guys, in a week you can be, next week you can be out of the playoffs. It's not really hard to figure out. You know, everybody keeps wanting to go, boy, you guys are only 3 games out of 2nd place. We're 3.5 games out of being in 10th place. So you can look at it that way too. And if you keep losing home games where you have to go on the road and try to win games to stay in the playoff race, you're going to get yourself in a bunch of trouble. So, yeah, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in our effort. I'm very disappointed in the way we approached the game. I'm very disappointed the way we played.
Alvin, were you surprised in the lack of effort and focus to start the game?
I'm surprised in that we didn't do what we were supposed to do. And that was all phases of the game. And so if we do that and if we march out, the one thing about this team, we said right away that they mirror what they coach, what their coach's personality is, and that's to be hard-nosed and play extremely hard and play with intensity. Last night they got embarrassed at home. You knew that there was going to be a reaction from this team. You know, you knew that Nate would have them ready to play. And that's why we have to be ready to play. We have to be ready to play every game. And we can't be a team that decides, you know, in the middle of the 3rd quarter that, oh boy, we better crank it up right now. We're not that kind of team. We're not that kind of team. And so I don't know if we're, you know, reading Paul's headlines because we won 5 in a row or what. But it doesn't work, you know. And I shouldn't say that because Paul didn't write the headlines, but, you know, the articles or whatever. But we're not, guys, you know, we're a team that we have to play extremely hard, and we have to play with a lot of intensity to be able to beat good teams, to be able to beat teams, period. And if we don't do that, then we get ourselves in trouble. And that's exactly what happened tonight. So, you know, there's no excuses to be made. They outplayed us. And, you know, it goes down as a loss for us. And what we have to do now is that we've got to come back on Monday and get ourselves ready to go on the road and play Memphis and Dallas and see what happened from there. But we don't have any excuses. There's nothing that we can say. We had 4 days off, and we had rest, and we were ready to, you know, we had no injuries other than, you know, Grant was a little banged up. So all you can say is that they outplayed us. It's that simple.
Was there any particular aspect defensively that you saw?
We sucked. We sucked. No, we sucked. In all phases of it. They drove it to the basket. They made jump shots. You know, we had to end up double teaming, and they swung the ball and either made jump shots and drove it to the basket. We didn't play. They scored 66 last night. They had 60 at the half. So our defense was terrible, and that's been the one thing that we've been pretty good at. You know, in the 5 games that we won, we were pretty good defensively and did a good job. We didn't tonight. Thanks.
Energy that we were supposed to. It's a big game for us, so we should have amped up for this one, but it wasn't.
Is it kind of good now to get a few days off and just have a break after a game like that, or would you rather just go right back at it?
I would go right back at it, if you ask me, because, you know, it's fresh in your mind, and you want to definitely get it off your mind. You want to improve and try to get a win sooner than later. But with these days off, some guys got a tendency to get a little rusty because they're like 4 games off with this the All-Star break. But we got to do our part during this break and keep ourselves in shape and kind of stay sharp on the basketball court and be ready for Tuesday against Memphis.
You looking forward to the All-Star game, and what part of it are you looking most forward to?
It's always fun during the weekend, you know, get a chance to hang out with a lot of friends of mine, you know, so with that being said, the All-Star game is always a great game. You never know who's going to be courtside watching the game, which is exciting. And also just the fact of being around all the guys with photo shoots and different appearances, and all the fans that love your game, and just been a fanatic for a while. So it's great to be there and please them and have fun at the same time.
I know what Alvin said to us. What did he say to you guys? Because he wasn't.
He was a little upset, knowing how big this game was for us. Portland's maybe 1 or 2 games out from maybe bumping us out of the playoffs or so. So it's a big game for us. Never getting so far is going to be a huge game. And we have to stay motivated every night. We have to be ready to play every single night because in the Western Conference, only 1 or 2 games out from being 2 in the playoffs or in the Western Conference or being out of the playoffs. So you have to be amped up and ready to go every night.
Murray, in his post-game press conference, Alvin said that the team sucked on defense tonight. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I definitely think that Portland was hot. They shot the ball extremely well in the first half. We could have did a better job defensively out there as a unit, but we got to give respect to Portland because they came off a horrible game the night before, and they wanted to definitely change that and come out tonight with some aggressiveness and shoot the ball well. So they did that against us.
After all this time off, Amare, what do you attribute the slow start to?
Well, tonight?
After having 4 days off.
Yeah, I think that may be somewhat of the reason we may be a little bit rusty out there on the basketball court because we had so many days off. And, it's always tough to really bring, totally sharp after those days off. So we can't make any excuses. We got to definitely bring it no matter what because, like I said, the Western Conference is so tight. You have to bring it. So with that being said, we don't have the same type of situation going into Memphis on Tuesday. We don't have a few games off. We can't have any excuses. We got to definitely just keep ourselves sharp and be ready for that game.
After rolling out 5 wins, how disappointing is it to not be able to carry that forward in mid-break?
Yeah, well, we're the last 6 games we're 5-1, so that's not bad. But the only bad thing about the Western Conference is so tight to where you want to win every game because you want to create some separation. But we just have to maintain and understand that we're a better team than what we showed tonight and get ready for Memphis.
I know you don't probably want to talk about this, but this could be your last home game here in Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm not really discussing the trades and stuff like that, but it could have been. You never know.
Seemed like you tweaked your ankle at the end of your groin at the end of the fourth quarter. Anything serious?
Yeah, no, nothing serious. I got a sharp elbow in my groin there from Steve Blake. But it's nothing serious.
Amar, I'm from Brazil, and I'd like to know how he's playing with Leandro Barbosa. What do you think about him?
Yeah, playing with LB. I've been playing with him for now since his rookie year. So, he's definitely has grown as a player. He shoots the ball extremely well. He's one of the fastest guys in the NBA. So, he's that microwave for us, the instant offense off the bench. So he's been phenomenal for us for all 7 years.
And what do you expect about the World Championship? Because Brazil and the United States are in the same group. What do you think about this group?
It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. With Brazil being there and playing well as they did this past summer. And for us, let's say, to go back at it again and try to repeat and get the gold medal again. So it's going to be exciting. It's always fun to play in the World Games. And hopefully, I think it's in Turkey this year, so we should enjoy that.
What does it mean to you to be named to that Olympic team?
It means a lot, and the fact that I've been with those guys for maybe 4 years prior to the Olympics, and to finally be healthy enough to get back out there and play is a great feeling for me.
Was the way they just came out and went a veto, did you guys immediately get discouraged by that? You think it just everything, all the air went out?
I don't think we got discouraged. I think we just was a little rusty from all those days off, and we couldn't quite get it going. And they took advantage of that. They were sharp. They had a disappointing loss the other night, so they came out with great focus and great intensity from the start. Meanwhile, we had a few days off and came out a little bit rusty. So I think we just got to wipe this away and understand what we did wrong. And we didn't play as hard as we could have or should have. But we can't have that excuse going into Memphis. We got to be ready to go.
Are you feeling good about the team at the break?
Oh, yeah. We definitely feel good about ourselves. I think we can do a better job than what we showed tonight. But from a general standpoint, I think we all feel pretty good about the way we played over the past week and a half or so. So, we're in good shape. We just got to make sure that we maintain our focus and stay sharp over this All-Star break and be ready to go next week.